Hi everybody. Right, bear with, I'll just get set up. You have to zoom out again in a minute because that's where you zoomed in. I'm afraid you've all got my light, the reflection of my light. Oh, that's too much. See my whole desk. Right, I reckon possibly about there, something like that. Hi everybody. Right, let's just get us in. There we go. Let me just get myself set up on my tablet as well. How are we all doing? How are we getting on? Right, who have we got? Bling Bling Crafter. You're just trying to catch a live event, yeah. You made it. I almost cancelled it actually because my son's not well. I've got a kitten who's just had an operation, a spay operation. So she's got a big collar on. Not very happy about it. And I've got a bit of a cough coming on, which I'm refusing to have, but yeah, it's there. You are keen beans indeed. Yeah, I know, a live stream that is in the middle of the night. Yeah, it's evening for me, I'm afraid, and I don't like doing this. This time of night is not good for me. My son's in the next room on his phone. Hi Annabella, you were cleaning and now you're having lunch. Very nice. I've just had my tea, a rather late tea. Wouldn't normally have tea this late, but haven't eaten much all day because not feeling the best. So bear with me. I've got my it would have been honey and lemon, but I haven't got any honey and lemon. I haven't got any honey. I've got the lemon, so I've done lemon and brown sugar. So yeah, trying to stop me from coughing. So this was actually going to be, this kind of what I'm going to do today is actually going to be a video. However, I videoed it and I was going to add a you see my brain's not working. I was going to add a voiceover over the top, but I haven't had time to do it with everything going on, with my son not being well and my kitten not being well and school holidays and all the rest of it. So because of that, I thought I would show you the products today and then we're going to make a box. And it's quite a cute little box. I'll just show you the box now and I'll show it again later on. Kobe, you had Kobe, greetings from the Netherlands. Hello, Kobe. Shirley, the cold from hell has got you. Yeah, you know what? There's a lot of it going around. And Jackie, yeah, there's a lot of it going around. So, the joys. So this is the box we're going to do today. I'm also going to show you a couple of other things because I wanted to show a few little quick ways of using the things that I got sent. So I will do that in a minute. But yeah, I've got my cat outside who wants to come in. She can't. That's the older one. Tough bananas, Pepsi, you can't come in. So basically we've got this little box here, and then when you open it up all the way, you get a little box in here, and it's a sort of box. If you wanted to, you could fold it flat. So if you wanted to make a whole load of them, you could fold them flat and then just open them up when you want to use them. But I quite liked it. So I got this idea from Helen Griffin UK, and I thought it was really nice. So we're going to make this box today, as well as a couple of other bits and bobs. I can't sound too long because, as I said, my son's not well. I'm not feeling the best either, and it's already gone 7 o'clock. So yeah. Hi Catherine from Vancouver. Hello, hi Rita. Hi Teresa, and hi Suze. Thank you, Suze. Yes, I liked it. When I saw her video of it, I was like, oh, I like that. That's quite a natty little box, that is. I like the way it folds flat, but obviously it also pops up. So I thought, that's quite interesting. I've done a different closure to hers. She used a Velcro dot on the front. You could use a Velcro dot. You could also use a magnet. I just went for a 2 little punch holes and then the ribbons on the inside there, and then that way, and then a little punch hole on the flap as well, so you thread it through and do it up. So these are actually some of the papers that Kokorosa Studio sent me. So as usual, they've sent me they've got 2 codes, and I think I've done some videos recently with them as well. So you can either use iced 20, which gives you 20% off, or you can use mass, MAS, and that means you buy 3, you get 1 free, i.e. you get 4 products and you only pay for 3 of them. So that's it. Hello Mickey in Omaha, Nebraska. Wow, I bet is it cold over there? I feel like it is. Not very good with locations, but I feel like it is. If you hear any meowing, that's my cat at the door wanting to come in, but she's not going to. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you the other products and some of the little, you know, what they look like when you cut them out, and then we'll get into making the box. So they sent me this paper pack, which is why, in fact, I should have turned this around so you can see it. I think it's called, let me have a look. It's called Merry. So this is why I wanted to do this now, because obviously Christmas after this weekend, it's, you know, we're kind of out of Christmas, aren't we? So I wanted to get Christmas in now so you can see it. 7 degrees there, Mickey. Yeah, I have to say it's about 7 here as well, to be fair. It has been minus. Last week it was -9 or 8, -8. My mum and dad in down in East Anglia, they had -9.5. It's a bit too cold. That's a bit too cold. But yeah, so this is the Christmas papers they've sent me. Really nice. So we're going to use. So I've already used this one and this one and this one on that box I just showed you. And so for this box tonight, we're going to be using this poinsettia and this one here. But there's loads. Have a quick flick through so you can see. They're beautiful. Let me quickly show you these. So we've got little Santas. They're quite cute. With Grace background and a white snowflake. A cough, please bear with me. Hi Cindy. You're watching with your granddaughter. You won't be commenting. Okay, cool. It's good to see you anyway. Red check. And then we've got, but see again, this could be used any time of the year. That could be used any time of the year. You've got red check with snowflakes. You've got wood, which could be used any time of the year. You've got little snowmen and trees. Grey snowflakes. And then the ones that I've used. So the tartan, which you saw. The green background with the red, which you'll see in a minute. This one, which you'll see in a minute. That one, which you've already seen. And that one, which you've already seen. So they're really nice papers. So that's the Christmas set they sent me. So that's that one. And they also sent me this ink spot type paper pack called Feeling. And I think I'd seen this on their website. And I really like the look of it. So again, I have used a couple of these different papers on a couple of projects that I've sort of semi-made, and we'll finish off in the live stream. Excuse me if I keep clearing my throat and coughing. So you've got, look at these are beautiful. And although they're not foiled, you could, if you wanted to, glitter them up or foil them. But they're really very nice. So there's another one. Purpley ones, blues and golds, teals, all different colours. Very nice indeed. I really like that. Pinks, pink, purple and teal. That's almost like a rose gold. Looks really nice. Like reds and peachy colours. Again, it almost looks like it is foiled, even though it isn't. And then I think it's not that one. I've used a different one. I've used this one and one other. Yeah, no, they're beautiful, aren't they? We have another quick drink of my hot drink. It's better. Right. So let's put this back in here. So I'm going to be showing you. I've got 2 cards where I've used papers from this. Just quick ones. I'm not going to go through all of it. I'm just going to show you what the various die things look like. Then I got this, which is like a brick wall die, which is really good. And instead of cutting out a panel, it actually cuts out of a panel. So what I've done is for this here, I've cut out a 5x7 panel, and then I've just cut the brick out of it. You probably can't see that. Let me take these away so you can see it better against the thing. So that's what it looks like. So it's quite a nice, I can see that being very useful for a lot of things. It's very grungy as well. It's very steampunk, that kind of thing. The reason why it's reflecting is because I've already stuck some acetate on the back, because I'm going to turn that into a shaker card on the back and use some of these inky papers. So I'll show you that in a minute. So that's that die. And then we've got these, which is a set of 4 dies. And when you cut them out, which one's that, Laura? The the brick one. Brick one is nice. So these 4 here, when you cut them out, you get these 4 pieces. So these 4 panels. And then the idea is you lay them up. So I've just cut them out of different colours of lilac. And then when you lay them all up, you get a really nice little scene. And obviously if you wanted to, you can make it into like a little shadow box, or you could use it. I'm going to use it as a topper. I don't think I'm going to put much depth between each layer. I'm just going to leave it quite flat and have it as a topper. I think it's quite cute. And so this actually only measures about 3 inches. Yeah, it's about 3 by 3 square, so it's nice and cute. So perfect for toppers. And if you wanted to, you could put some mirror behind there, so you've got like twinkly stars. Really like that set. So very nice. So that's the set. Comes as four pieces. And then over here, in fact, before we get onto that, we'll go on to these. So ignore the leaves and the coffee, because you've probably seen those before if you've watched it in my videos before. So this is like a flourish set, and it's a set of 4 dies. And so this one here cuts out like that. How nice is that? Oh my goodness me, looks so nice. Let me hold it up so you can actually see a bit better. Hopefully you can see that a bit better. Just going to wait for my yeah, so hopefully you can see that. I know the light doesn't help, but hopefully if I move it around a little bit, you can see all the detail on it. Really nice. So that's that flourish. And then you also get this flourish, which is quite cool. And then you also get this flourish as well. And then you also get the square, not the square, like the square corner flourish, which is what I used on the box. And I just put a little gem in the middle there. So they cut out really nicely, and you get really nice like embossed details on them. So yeah, when I first saw them, I was like, they need to be cut out of gold mirror. That's a gold mirror type die, that is. I need to keep taking drinks, because otherwise I'm going to be coughing my way through. Right, so let's move these to one side. And then, so that's that set. And then they also sent me, I don't even remember that Christmas tree die that we had, with all the layers that it cut all the layers out. Hi Louise, that's all right, don't worry. Well, not that one, this one. They've also sent me this die as well. And so this is basically, it's like a folded, so let me take it out of its sleeves. You haven't got all the light reflection. Hopefully that's a bit better. So yeah, so this cuts out all your layers again. So you've got a matte layer and a pattern layer, and for these little bits here particularly, it's useful. And obviously your circles, you've even got a little square layer in the middle. I had to use a little bradawl to get that out, kind of put it through the hole and then just kind of twist it to try and pop it out from its burrs that's holding it in. But yeah, so I'm going to quickly show you this one, what it looks like when you cut it out, because it's a bit, you can kind of see what it's going to be, but it looks better if you cut it out. So I've cut all the pieces out, and I'm just going to I've stuck my patterns and my mats onto each other, so I'm just going to stick the rest of them onto the card, the base card. So let's just bring that in. So here's the card. This is an extra piece that I actually cut out. And then here's all my pieces. I'm going to leave those little pieces on there. So I'm just going to go ahead and stuck. It does remind you of a camera. Yes, it does remind me a bit of a camera actually. Yeah, it does. So I'm just, first of all, this isn't the main event. This is just me showing you what it looks like, because I think it's better if you see what it actually looks like when it's cut out and everything. It makes more sense than just seeing a metal die. So let's just stick these down for a second. So as you can see, I'm using that inky spot paper for my pattern layers, and I chose a pattern where you didn't have a lot of detail on it, because the panels are so small, I didn't want to waste the really nice, you know, multi-coloured papers on small panels where you're not necessarily going to see the detail that well. So I'm just, there we go. I like the stitch edge that it all comes out with as well. As you can see, there's a stitched edge all the way along. So we're going to go ahead and add these little pieces in as well. They are tiny. These are very tiny. This was very, very tiny to do. The whole card is about, if you fold it like a gatefold, fold it down like a gatefold, it's about a 4 by 4. So it is tiny. It's very tiny. But sometimes it's nice to have a tiny card. And also I was thinking, because of the way it folds, you could put it inside a bigger card. So I thought that might be a plan. Excuse my coughing. Yeah, I love a stitched edge. And the same. So we're going to go ahead and stick these down here quickly. I was going to make this up before, but I didn't really have time. But also I just thought, if I make it up, people might not necessarily understand what goes where. So always get one who wants to see it made. So I'm just going to quickly stick these down, and then I'll show you the other one, and then we'll get on to the box. So this is this one last piece. It does look nice when it's put together though. I like it because obviously all the borders are nicely you know, matched. They're nicely even, I think is the word I'm looking for. So that helps. And they are so tiny. I didn't bother cutting out that little square that goes here, because I decided that wasn't, it was going to be a bit too tiny. Right, so now, because this piece actually completely fits, because that's literally popped straight out of there, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to put a piece of red tape all the way down on it, and then we'll stick that in and stick the circle onto it. So let's stick this all the way down like this. And bear with. Oh. Okay. Let's try and get the backing off this tape. Where's my little pokey tool gone? Where are you, pokey tool? Here it is. Right. Let's see if we can get this backing off. There we go. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this over, and I'm going to put my circle in place like that, and I'm literally going to lay that strip on and stick it down. So from the top all the way to the bottom, like that. There we go. Oh no. There we go. Is everyone still there? We just said there was a problem with the server, so hopefully you're all still there. Right. So there we go, like that. And so that means you've now got your circle on the front. So now we can go ahead and add it on. Are you all still there? Because it said that I had a problem with the server or something just then, so I'm hoping you haven't all disappeared. I think you're all still there. You're still here, that's good. Happy days. Lose everybody all of a sudden. No. I like this ink spot on this circle because it almost looks like the world. Do you know what I mean? Like it looks like an earthy kind of globe. So there you go. So that's what the whole thing looks like when it's up, and then it stands up like that. It is very small, but I was thinking you might be able to, because it folds down like that. So I was thinking if you stuck it inside a 5x5, you could maybe just mat and layer a bit more on the outside, and then you know, that might work quite nicely. So obviously put a greeting across it. I'm not going to do that now. I just wanted to give you, you know, an idea of what it looks like when it's all stuck down. So that's that one. I'm whistling through these because we obviously want to get to the box. So that's that one. I've covered that one. This is the other one, so I was just going to quickly make that into a shaker card just so you can see an idea of what to do with it. So with that one, I've gone and got myself a 5x I'm concentrating a 5x7 card blank, and I've stuck one of the papers on. I cut it down to be just short of 4 3/4 by, well, it's 6, so 6 high and about 4, yeah, bit less than 4 3/4 wide. And then I've cut a panel. So this card is actually 5x7. The one this one here, I think this is the one you mean. This one is a, oh look, when you fold it down like a gatefold, it's 3.5 by 4. So it's quite small. But as I said, if you wanted to make it bigger, you could put it in a bigger card. So that might work. So that's that one. Yeah, so this card blank is a 5x7, and the paper that I've put on the top is 6 inches high by 4 3/4, just shy of 4 3/4 wide. Let me just have another drink. The throat is struggling. All right, and so I've then cut another panel that's 4 3/4 by 6 3/4, and I've die cut out using that brick die, which is really nice. Then on the back, I've stuck some acetate with red tape, and then I've added this clear red tape foam gel type stuff. And then what I'm going to do, move my envelope out of the way, is I'm going to take some of these sequin. These are actually called sprinkles, ivory circle sprinkles from Lucy Abrams' shop. I do love Lucy's stuff, and I love this as well because they're nice and flat. So they're a bit like sequins, but they're not angled. So I'm just going to sprinkle a few over. I never know how many to do. Probably need more than that, but anyway, I'll just go with a few for now. That'll do. Probably need more than that, but it's fine. And then I'm going to peel off the backing, this panel on top, and that will make a nice quick shaker card. Well, it's going to be nice and quick if I can get the backing off the tape, which hopefully I can. Right, so let's just do this. While I'm peeling this off, please comment what your plans are for Christmas, you know, how much you've got done for Christmas, what you got left to do for Christmas, etc. Let me know in the comments where you're up to with your Christmas getting readies. And then we will do the box after this, once I've stuck this down. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And then I will edit this eventually, and this will be a tutorial for those who don't like live streams. And I'll probably just stick to the box and the products. Right, so let's have a look here. Turn this around like this. And then we need to get it nice and lined up. So I reckon about there. Yep, about there. And then let's peel these strips off. There we go. I almost went with gold underneath the sequins, but then I thought, no, let's go for... So there you have a kind of a brickwork. You can't really see it that well, unfortunately. In the Netherlands, you've got 2 Christmas days. Oh, have you? Oh, wow, okay. Do you count Christmas Eve as like a Christmas day? Because I know in Romania and some other European countries they do that, which I think is quite a nice idea. Right, so that's that one anyway. That's that one done. Oh, you're working a night shift. Oh my goodness. Ugh, that must be a bit of a pain. Right, so that's that one done anyway. So just give you an idea what to do, but you could ink a background behind and put your walls on top. You could do whatever you want, really. Oh, 25th and 26th. Okay. Yeah, I know some countries do it different. We have Boxing Day on the 26th, and typically that's when people go and visit all their relatives and stuff, and friends and stuff like that, that they haven't necessarily seen at Christmas. Right, okay. No, I know you're not a fan of shakers. It's not bad, is it? I quite like the fact it's the same sort of colours as the paper. Yeah, and then I'll probably just put a big greeting on the front. Right, so to the main event. Let's get to the box, because that's what everybody wants to see, is the box. Thank you, Mickey. Yeah, I quite like that. It's just a nice simple shaker. Whenever I see background dies like that, they always yell to me, you know, to use them. The other thing they did send me was this, which is a wax seal. Now, I wanted to try something out with this for the live stream. However, I didn't have time. So on the end, it's got like a little rose, which is quite cute. I don't know if you can see it. I have pressed it into some blue tack. And I don't know if you can see it, but that's what it looks like. Let me see when it comes up on the camera. I don't know if you can see it. Anyway, it's like a rose. I don't know if you can see it very well. But I was thinking, instead of using wax, because I don't know, I think I do have some wax, but I don't use wax seals. But I was wondering about heat embossing. If you could maybe melt some heat embossing powder and then straight away put that in, wait for it to get cold, take it off, and leave an impression. I mean, you might need to ink it up with some clear heat embossing ink so it doesn't stick. Oh, hot glue, that's a good idea, Shelley. That's a very good idea. Oh, Lisa, I'm sorry to hear that. That's terrible. That's very sad to hear that. Yeah, that would be nice. Oh dear, I can't even. Yeah, that's not good. I do feel for you. I'm very sorry about that. I mean, no time is good to lose anybody, but particularly not near Christmas. Right, okay. Let me have another quick drink. Yeah, I can feel the cough creeping in. Right, okie dokie. I like the hot glue idea though, Shelley. That sounds like a good plan. Okay, so for this box, you are going to need a base card that is 8 inches by 11¼ inches. So if you're in the UK, you could use an A4. And then you are going to need 2 other little tabs that are 1¼ by 3½. However, you can actually use them from your card. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm just going to move these off to one side. I've actually laid it all out so I know what goes where, because there are a couple of pieces that are slightly different size to some other pieces. So I've had to lay them all out so I know what goes where. Right, and I've also pre-scored because I was afraid that I might not know what I was doing. So let's get our scoreboard out. And then, oh, let's move it down a little bit so you can actually see it. There we go. Okay, so along the 8-inch edge, you're going to score rather, not just mark, at 1½ and at 6½. Okay, so that's on the 8-inch edge. And then if you turn it round, this will be where your flap is. So you need to score at 1 1/8. But what I would do, so that you can use this without any kind of score line going through it, if you go to 1 1/8 and just gently bring it down till you meet that other line, and then dig in just for the centre. So you're only scoring between the 2 score lines at 1 1/8. And then you also want to score at 4 3/4 and at 6 1/4 and at 9 3/4. Okay, so that gives you all of your score lines. And so let's get rid of the scoreboard. I also need to bring out my corner rounder. I've got a more modern one than this somewhere, but I don't know where it is, so we're going to use this one. It still works. We're also going to bring out my cutting mat. I need that for cutting on. And so I need another drink. Right, and then we need a metal rule and a standing knife or craft knife. And what we're going to do now, you probably can't see my lines very well, but up the top here, you've got a big section, and then that's like your second score line, third, and your last one. Okay, and I know you can't see it on my screen. I can't see it very well, so I'm sorry if you can't see it. This is a problem with not using natural daylight. The red card is about 300 GSM, I believe. I went quite chunky because I'm only putting pattern paper on it. There's no matte card going on it. You can matte and pattern if you want to, but I don't think it needs it, if I'm honest. So we're going to cut along that 1½ inch score line. We're going to just cut along from the 4 3/4 score line going the other way up to the end, like that. So you see you've got like a thin bit here, then a thicker bit, and then the rest of your score lines. And then we're just going to cut up here and cut down here and cut that whole section off. And then we're going to need this, we're going to need these 2 little bits because they're going to become our kind of inner flaps, as it were. I hope everyone can hear me. I'm not talking as loud as normal just because I don't want to make myself start coughing. Oh dear, Mary, you're also not well. No, there's a lot of it going around at the moment. I rang the doctors earlier and they said that I'm like the 1000th call they've had of people with this bug. So it clearly is, it's going around. Okay, so now what I want to do, that's what you should end up with, like that. And then this bit here, because that's narrower than this end here, you're going to round your edges because that's your flap that goes over the side of the box. So we're going to, that's my problem with corner rounders. There we go. So that gives you a nice rounded edge. Okay, so then we need to, I will need to round these in a minute, but we'll cut them down in a minute and work it out. So for now, we're going to fold all of our score lines, and they're all going to be basically mounting. If you're looking at the outside of the box, they all fold the same way at the moment. We're going to go ahead and fold and burnish. That's what I'm looking for. And fold and burnish. Like that. And then also like that. Okay. So you should end up with that. Next, you need to bring in some kind of cork board. So I'm going to bring in my good old faithful cork board that I use all the time. And you also need a ruler. Just trying to put my metal ruler away because I don't need it, but it's not behaving. There we go. Okay, so these four corners here are actual squares. Hopefully you can see those squares. So we're going to score from that centre bit there up to the outside corner. From where the two score lines cross to the outside corner. Same here and the same there. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Score them. I'm going to keep turning it round because then it's always in the same position. Makes it a bit easier. Right, so if we go round this, it reminds me there was a handbag gift boxy type thing that I did, and it's a bit like that in some ways. Okay, it does fold really well. This was cheap stuff as well. I got this from, I think it was Every Craft's a Bargain. www.everycraftsabargain.com, I think it was. But it's really nice. It was like cherry red, pinky red. Right, so now because all of these score lines are all valley folds, this needs to be a mountain fold. So what we're going to do is you want to bring it in, or if you want to, you can just kind of give it a little bit of a coax, just like that. And then what you're going to do, you're going to bring it in like this and fold this corner up. Hopefully you can see that. So you're bringing it in, folding it up, and then just, I'm using the other side of my hand's probably getting in the way. But can you see like that? So you're folding it up, so it should be at a right angle to that line, hopefully. Okay, so we're going to do that with all the other corners. So all four corners should look like that. So I start by giving a little bit of a coax, and then bring it in, fold it up to like a right angle, and then burnish. And you're literally going to do that with all of them. Oops. I'm just chasing it around the desk now, don't mind me. There we go. Like that. Apologies, sometimes it folds up and then you can't see it, but right, like that. Oh, you can't see it again. I can. Okay, so if you can see what I've done there, hopefully. So you see how they all go in. So if I fold all of those in like that, it actually folds up into your box. Hopefully you can see that. Okay, so now we can go ahead and decorate. I'm going to decorate before we stick things down. We also need to add these flaps on, so actually let's do that next. So you need two flaps that are 1 1/4 by 3 1/2, and the pieces that you cut off here actually measure 1 1/2 by 4 3/4. So you can easily get your 1 1/4 by 3 1/2 things out of these. So it just means you end up with a bit less wastage. So I'm going to go ahead now and just cut mine down to be 1 1/4 by 3 1/2. So let me just get that in. 1 1/4 by 3 1/2. There we go. Right, there's one of them. And then this one here, I need to do the same with 1 1/4 by 3 1/2. There we go. There. So there's our two tabs. So next we need to bring our score board back in again. And we are going to score them at, I think it was 1/4 inch, I believe. So along the short edge, you're going to score them 1/4 inch. So there's one, and there's the other. So this is why when I was scoring that first score line the other way, I didn't press really hard, so otherwise you would see it. You can see a little faint indentation there, but it's not too bad. So that's that. So then we're gonna fold it over and burnish like that. So that's one, and do the same on the other. Okay, and then you just want to round these corners. So I'm going to round these corners. I need to remember not to hold my corner rounder in the air when trying to round. It doesn't work. Doesn't work. Right, okay, so then that's both of your thingies done. Your corners rounded. So these are going to go in here. So you're going to put some tape on there. You need red tape really, or a strong adhesive, and it's going to stick in there like that. Now if you want to trim these off, you can just like notch them. I'm going to notch them, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my tape on first and then notch them, because that way I haven't got to be cutting red tape to funny angles. So let's just add that on there. So we're sticking it on the outside of the card, like that. There we go. Okay, and then this little tab here, we're just going to notch it out. Because I've already put the red tape on, it just makes it a little bit easier. Excuse my coughing and sniffing. Okay, like that. Let's get rid of those bits. Have another sip of drink before it goes really cold. Ah, that's better. Right, so now we can stick these on. So we're going to take the backing off our tabs. And then in fact, I'm going to turn it over this way around. I find it easier this way. Oops, it's messing up all my layers. And then all we need to do is just make sure that score line lines up with the cut edge of the card, and that it doesn't go too far top or too far bottom. It's not too far up or too far down. It's just in line nicely. So that's that one there. And then we're going to do the same with this one. So this is on the other side. Oh, it went quite well. The first night went better than the second night. The second night was a bit, yeah. I think everyone was very tired by that point. But the first night went surprisingly well. We'd done a practice beforehand, which was an absolute shambles. But then when we actually did it, it worked out all right. So I was quite pleased. Excuse me, coughing. So yeah, that was good. Right, okay, so there's your tab. So then we're going to go ahead, and because I've got my inside pieces here, I'm going to go and put them on first, and then we'll do the outside. Excuse me, coughing. It's all this talking, you see. It's not good for me. Not good for me. Right, so you're going to need, for the inside, a piece that is 7/8 by 4 3/4, and you need to just round 2 of the edges off, because this is going to go on the flap. So we're just going to, there we go, and that's going to go up here on the flap there. So I'm going to go ahead and stick that down. I'm going to stick them down as I go, because then I'm not going to get confused what goes where. And it also means it kind of clears them off my desk as we go as well. So let's bring this round. It goes on there like that. There we go. So that's that piece. This main piece here is going to be 3 3/8 by 4 3/4. And that's going to go on there like that. I've tried to make the pattern continue, but you don't need to do that because it's quite a busy one. If you can hear someone in the background, that's my son come to join me. So if he starts coughing as well, you'll know why. You'll know who it is. Right, let me stick this one down. Right, so let's stick that one down there. Like that. And then we've got these two pieces which are the same. So these are 1 1/4 by 4 3/4. One goes there and one goes there. I'll go ahead and stick those down. I need to move out the way, Ben, because I think my signal's gone a bit weird. Hopefully you can all still hear me. You all still hear me? Hopefully you can. My Wi-Fi is not great in this house. I need to look into that in the new year. Right, let's stick this down. So these two go on the sides. Bring that in. So one goes there, like that, and one goes on the other side, like that. I've actually managed to match the pattern up there, which is quite impressive. And then this bit in the middle is 3 1/4 by 4 3/4, and you only need one for the inside, obviously. So that's going to go in there. Yeah, my signal cut out a bit then. I hope you managed to catch it. If you didn't catch any measurements, let me know and I'll just go over what they were. My thing started spinning around to say that the signal was a bit weird. So let me know in the comments if you need me to go over any of the measurements, and I will. I will put them all in the description. Probably not today, but hopefully tomorrow if I get a chance. Maybe tonight, you never know. Depends how well I'm feeling. Okay, so that's that bit. Then you need 2 pieces for here, and these need to be 1 1/4 by 3 1/4. You need 2 pieces, so one there and one there, and that will also act and cover up your tab pieces as well. So yeah, let me know if you needed to know any measurements, and I can go through them because it did start spinning. Right, let's put this on here like this. There we go. And this one can go on the other side. Right, just stick this one down. Not a lot of chat today, I'm afraid, because of my cough. Okay, so this one goes here, like that. And then you're basically going to need pretty much all the same size pieces again for the outside. So for the outside, you need a flat piece that is 7/8 by 4 3/4, and again, you just need to round your corners on those 2 edges. And oh, let me just trim that a little bit off. I haven't quite got that right. So that's going to go on there like that. You're following on for now. My measurements later you get. Sounds like a plan. That sounds like a plan. I will put measurements in the description at some point, but I think as soon as I come off here, I'm going to pretty much go into bed, to be fair. It's not even that late, but I don't feel great, so haven't had a lot of sleep recently. So yeah, I need to catch up. So that is going on there like that. And then again on the lid, you need a piece that is 3 3/8 by 4 3/4. And that's going to go on there. So put that on like that. Okay, move this over. Okay, so that goes on there like that. If you want to mix up your pattern, you can. I think for my original one, I had pattern A here, here, and here, and then pattern B, all the other 3 sides and the base. It's really up to you what you want to do. This time around, I've just gone with them all being the same. So then you need two pieces that are 1 1/4 by 4 3/4, and these are going to go on the sides, the outside sides. I'll stick those down. May as well glue them both while they're here. As I said, apologies if I'm not very loud. I'm as loud as I can be right now. So yeah. Right, that's going to go on there. Like that. And then this one's going to go on the other side here. Like that. There we go. And then top and bottom, you need two pieces that are 1 1/4 by 3 1/4. So they're going to go top and bottom. You can hear me, that's good. I'm glad. I feel like I'm super quiet. But yeah, struggling through right now. So that's that one, and I'm going to do this one at the same time. Oh, there we go. Yeah, Mickey, you're right. It's because I'm doing a lot at the moment. I've got a lot to go, a lot happening, and all with the drama and everything as well. And so it's literally been like 5 hours a night, 6 hours a night. And then because my son's not been well, he's been up at 3:30 the last 2 nights. So I've really not had much sleep at all. So yeah, and then that with obviously having bugs in the house doesn't help. So there we go. Right, let's do the base. So the base is 3 1/4 by 4 3/4, and that's going to go in there. And then that's all of our pieces get stuck down. So then we just need to stick it together and then work out where to punch our holes. You can punch your holes for your ribbon before you stick it together if you want to, but I found it was easy to make it line up by putting it together. And actually, because it folds flat, it didn't make it too difficult. You will need some kind of anywhere on the page kind of a punch to actually do the holes, because if you use like a belt punch, you might struggle to get it far enough in on one of the holes. You might be alright if you've got like a big bite or whatever they're called. You'll probably be fine because you can go in quite far with that. Oh, my drink's getting colder. Right, so let's flip this over. So what you want to do is you want to grab some double-sided red tape or strong glue, depending whatever you want to do, and you're going to put glue or tape on that triangle there, that triangle there, that triangle there, and that triangle there. Okay, now you might want to mark it like I have, just so that then you know exactly where to go. Okay, Rita, yeah, I hope you have a great Christmas, and go and do some cooking. I'm sure he'll appreciate it. I'm sure he will. Right. I'm going to go around the outside of my edges with, I could use glue, but it's just in case it's sticking in time. So I'm going to use red tape. I think that's easier. Red tape. Right, red tape over here. Red tape over there. There we go, and then the same here. You can do all 3 sides if you want to, or you can just keep it as let me go this way. It's difficult because you have to kind of cut it at an angle with tape. Glue's easier for that reason, but I can always fold those edges in so they don't get in the way. Right, so that's those 2 done. Let's do these 2 down here. So that goes on there, and you want to go right up to those edges, so right up that fold line and right up to the cut edge that you're sticking up against. It doesn't matter so much if it overlaps on this bit here, because you're going to stick it to there anyway. Oh, thank you, Rita. Yeah, don't forget to do the thumbs up, everybody. Right. Okay. In the new year as well, just a heads up, because Rita is a member. Oh no, Rita's not a member. No, there are some other people who are members. I know Cindy is a member, but I will be doing some giveaways in the new year for members only. So if you want to become a member, just press the little join button below the screen. Okay, so now we've gone and taped up our triangles. We're going to take off our backing and stick them down. So you literally, what you want to do is take, so for example here I'm doing the left side. So take off all the backing off this left hand one and the one below. So this one here and this one here below. And you can literally just fold the whole section over to stick it down. So just make sure obviously that you've got nothing overhanging, and then just take the whole of that flap and stick the whole thing down like that. And when you put these two sides up, you see how it pops up. So that's really nice. So that's how you do it. And then we're just going to do the same on this side. So it's actually not that difficult. It's not that difficult to do. So there's one, there's two, and the same on the bottom. Same on the bottom here. There we go, there's one there. And one there. And then we're going to shut this side nice and flat like that. And then when you pop those sides up, there's your box. It might be a little bit stiff to start with, just give it a bit of a coax. But there's your little box. So it's really cool. So now what we want to do is we want to punch our holes for our ribbon. So what I suggest you do is fold it all shut like this, and then using your ruler. Oh good, I'm glad you can see where the red tape is. That's always the problem with using red tape, you just don't know whether it's going to be shown, especially not with the light on as well. Okay, so this is actually 5 inches wide, so I need to make a mark at 2.5, and I'm going to mark it literally just below the flap. So you probably can't see that, but I've made a little hole just there. And then I'm going to make another hole also at 2.5, but just above that. So probably about there. You don't want to go too near to the edge, but you also don't want to go too high up. So I've probably done that one about half an inch. No, more than that. Oh no, about 3/8. You could go half an inch in if you want, but about 3/8. You don't want to go too far. Okay, so then we're going to bring back the old cutting mat. And we're going to bring out the screw punch, which I can't remember what I've done with. It's not a bit, oh, it's right by me. So I'm going to bring this in. This is an X-cut one. And in the end here, it's got all the different, it's got 2 other sizes of hole. But this is the one that I need to use. So we're going to open this up. And obviously it does lie flat, which is nice. And so where that mark is, I'm just going to cut a hole like that. And as you can see, it goes through it nice and easily. I mean, you've got like 3 layers there. This is 160 GSM, this pattern paper. So you've got 2 lots of that, and then you've got a 300 GSM card. But that's gone through nicely. And then we're going to turn it over, and we're going to punch a hole where our other pencil line is. Like that. And that hasn't completely gone through, so let's do another one. There we go. So that's gone through nicely. Okay, and then we're going to put the whole box back up again into a box like that. So now you've got 2 holes. So now all you need to do is take your pencil and draw through that first hole that you did on the flap to the box below. So that's there. And then we're going to punch a hole there as well. And then all the holes should hopefully line up. There we go. So then you end up with those 2 holes. And if you shut this lid, that hole perfectly lines up with that hole, which is really good. I need another drink. Oh dear. Okay, so then you need to get yourself some ribbon. I've chosen some Dovecraft ribbon, and it says on it, do not open until the 25th of December, which I quite liked. And so if you open this up, you're going to thread through the bottom hole, up and out of the top hole, and then through that flap there. So I'm going to go in here. So this was Dovecraft ribbon from quite a long time ago. Gap it halfway, and I've got about just over 12 inches. So I'm going to put this through that hole there. As I said, you can use Velcro if you want to, or a magnet if you want to. You could even use a brad and some kind of, you know, loopy kind of attachment. Oh, I've gone for this. So that's like that. And then what we need to do is this top one here just needs to fold through. Oops. Fit through that hole in the flap. So let's stick that through there. Like that. Oh. It's going to go, hopefully. There we go. And then just turn it round if you've got a right side and the wrong side. And then line it up. And then we just need to tie a little bow. And then neaten it up. And then you're done. So there you go. Quite a nice, easy box, really. I like it because it's sort of neat and it's tidy and it folds. I mean, I don't know why you'd need a fold flat box, because obviously you're not going to have it folded flat, but you know. Right, let's. Oh, hello. I haven't got my sharp scissors. Oh dear, that's a bit wonky, isn't it? That's a wonky edge. Let me use my other ones. I'm going to cut my December, but anyway. There we go. Let's just cut this a bit neater. It's a bit wonk. It's a bit on the wonk. That's better. So there you go. So there's your little bow. Now mine is not sitting properly. My other one did sit quite nicely, but yeah. But that's like that. So there you go. So there's your box. So not that hard to do. Hope you liked it. And then also you could just decorate it up however you want to decorate it up. You could use, I don't know, poinsettia die on the top, or just have a happy Christmas, or all sorts of things you could do with it. Oh dear. So yeah, so that's the box. Here's my other one. But yeah, please also, I'm going to take it off here. You're going to shake a little bit. I'm sorry. Don't forget to use, this is very unprofessional, by the way. If you do go onto Kokorosa and have a look at their dies and papers and whatever, because they've got lots on there, then please don't forget to use my code, which is ICED20, which will get you 20% off. Or you can use MASS, which means you get 4 products for the price of 3. So you can use one or the other, whichever one you want to use. If you'd rather have 20% off, go for that. If you'd rather have 4 products for the price of 3, then use MASS. But anyway, either one, use it and it will get you a nice discount. And this is running through December till January. And I think, I'm not sure if it's running into January or if it stops at the beginning of January. I can't remember. But yeah, I'll try and remember to put it in the description below. And obviously Antonio makes Louise 10, gets you 10% off. So yeah, so that's the oh dear, that's the box. Bear with. Let me have a quick drink. So yeah, so the lady I saw do this, as I said, was Helen Griffin UK. And because they were doing a craft stash blog hop or whatever it's called, and I thought, so I went to have a look, and there was quite a few people on there I'd not seen before, and she was one of them, and she was making this box, and I thought, I like that. So yeah, hence why we did it today. But yeah, I love these papers as well. Beautiful papers, and these dies are beautiful too. So yeah, I'm going to love you and leave you all now. Thank you for joining me. Sorry it wasn't up to my normal standard, but it's time to rest, Laura. Absolutely, I agree with you. Oh dearie me, I agree with you. Right, so I hope you all have a lovely Christmas. There will be a video going up on Christmas Day. I've already filmed it, I've already scheduled it and everything. I don't know how many of you will be around next Tuesday evening. Well, evening for us, so this same time, but next Tuesday. Let me know in the comments below this video after we come off. Let me know if you're going to be around or not. Because if there's not many of us, I won't do one. But if there is enough, then I will. So that'll be the 27th, I believe. Yeah, 27th of December. I'm going to try and do another live stream at 7 PM UK time, hopefully. So, yeah. Thank you, Mary. Yes, I know I need to have an early night. I'm just going to sort out the poor kitten. Bless her. Poor little thing. I feel sorry for her. She's obviously had to have her side shaved, and she's got a wound, where they've stitched it up from the spay operation. And then I got her a soft collar, which is basically like an orange slice. It's very cute. She looks very cute, but she's not impressed at all. Bless her. So yeah, right. I'm going to disappear off. Thank you for joining me, everyone, and we might see you next week, depending on who's around. But yeah, as I said, as soon as I come off here, let me know in the comments. I'll probably put a post up at some point as well, but let me know if you're around or not. Okie dokie. Right, let me take you off the ceiling. There we go. So I'll see you soon. You got a family dinner that evening? Yeah, I think a few people will have Christmassy things planned. This is why I thought I'd ask. Right, see you all. Have a good Christmas. Bye.